Tell him, Sal. Tell him, Sal.
Protein. It's the magic macronutrient. No, it's not. We're told all the time in the fitness industry to eat tons and tons and tons of protein because that's what you want to do to build muscle.
This is going to get reported, I'm sure. This YouTube. Make sure you watch this, share this as fast as you can, because I'm sure it's going to get reported by supplement companies.
They're not going to like this.
They're not going to like to hear this at all.
But we're constantly told that you need to eat tons of protein to build lots of muscle. And I mean, what are some of the numbers they throw out there? 1.5 grams per pound of body weight.
Well, let me preface it first with this. In our experience, right? So I've got a little over 15 years of training clients. And when we first got into the industry, I found that a lot of my female clients underate protein. So because of that, you coach them into, hey, this is how much you should be eating and getting them to eat that. Well, because that was a very popular thing 10, 15 years ago, just like anything else, I feel like in fitness, the pendulum swings one way and then we swing the complete opposite way. So I believe there was a lot of good information at the beginning. I believe there were a lot of people that were under consuming protein, at least in my experience and my clients. And so then what you saw was the supplement industry take advantage of this.
Right, and so, we know that protein does build muscle, it does repair tissue. Supplement industry capitalized on that and said, hey, we have these protein powders, take them all the time. You need to have 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. There are actual bodybuilding magazines and coaches and supplement companies that say that. So if you're like me and you're a roughly 200-pound athlete, that's 400 grams of protein a day. You'll basically never poop. It's also not effective. So the question I get all the time is, what is the optimal amount of protein to intake in order to build the most amount of muscle? Well, they've actually studied this. There's lots of studies on this. There's tons of studies on this. And I wrote down a few of my absolute favorites. So you can screenshot this, look them up yourself, and read them yourself. But here's the consensus. Anything over about 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and this is for lean athletes, is more than you need. In other words, you're not going to get any benefit from eating more than around 0.6, 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. So for a 200-pound athlete, what is that? That's like 150 grams of protein or something like that.
Yeah, 100. And so think of it, even if I used to tell people this, because I know that targeting 1-to-1 is already challenging. It's challenging for me. So for me, I'm a 220-pound guy. I have a hard time getting 220 grams of protein. So I'm shooting for about 200, and even if I fall a little short of that, I'm still hitting the max benefits. I'm still hitting the 0.6, 0.7. But what's happened is you've seen these supplement companies that are pushing towards 1.5, 2, and then you see these studies that they put together that are just terrible.
They're terrible, and it just, there's a pretty strong consensus. It just doesn't help. So if you're eating the optimal amount, which is about 0.7, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, if you dramatically increase that and your calories are still the same, so you don't see a boost in extra calories, you're not going to get any extra benefit. And in fact, some studies show that you actually reduce the amount or the efficiency at which you use protein to build muscle. Not to mention, it doesn't feel good. I mean, that's a lot of protein, and what that does on your digestion alone. I've had people come up to me and tell me, I'm eating 400 grams of protein, but I'm trying to lose weight, so now I can only eat so many grams of fat because it's all made up of protein.
Well, I don't have a photographic memory like you do, so I don't know what each one of these studies are. I'd have to go back and look myself, but I'm pretty confident that none of these studies are probably connected to a supplement company.
That's true.
And any sort of studies that you may have heard of in the past, more than likely, I'm willing to bet that it is connected to a supplement company that put that study out.
So, now, not to scare everybody, but there is some evidence to suggest that super high amounts of protein for long periods of time may be very bad for you, and in fact may actually be a potential cause of cancer for some people. So, and I'm talking about really, really high amounts of protein. By the way, don't get me wrong, 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight for most people is a decent amount of protein. That's a lot of protein, and if you're trying to build muscle, a lot of people still eat less than that. So eat your protein, don't go crazy with it. Do you need protein powders? You don't need them, but they can be convenient. So if you need them for convenience, they're fine too. But by no means go for the 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. It's just too much. Now check it out. We drop a video every single day, so subscribe to our channel, and also check out our podcast, Mind Pump, where we talk about these things.